New Tradition Homes was started in 1987 by a father and 3 sons, and currently today it's owned by 2 of those sons. And it was a family-run business from the beginning, and it is today. And even in the company today, of the 50-some employees, there's a lot of family members and extended family members that make up the company. And so it's a very tight-knit organization. We like to think of ourselves as being on the leading edge, if you will, as far as building a better home than the competition. We may not be on the bleeding edge, but we're on the leading edge, trying to lead the pathway of high performance in this region here. And Kelly, the vice president I mentioned earlier, has this saying that give your house that you're building the mom test. Is this something that you would build for your mom and would want your mother to have? And using that slogan, if you will, we looked at all the different things, the different features that we could put into the homes and thought, what would we want to give to our mother? We want a house that's safe, that's durable, comfortable, energy efficient, and of course environmentally friendly. So those were all the pieces and parts, if you will, of a Built Green program and of the Energy Star program. And we realized that we're going to be giving our customers this package of all of these features that's going to give them all the things that we'd want our mother to have in her own house. So that was kind of the underlying premise behind it, just doing the right thing. So we've been on this journey for quite some time, since 2003, 2004, and in 2006 when we started the Energy Star program. Every home since then, 100% of our product has been built to Energy Star standards. And energy efficiency actually is fairly high on their list. If it's explained to them what the features that we're putting into the homes and that we're a high performance home builder, they get it. They get savings each month. If there's house builder A and house builder B, they're both building the same product, same size house, same features inside, but one is going to save them a little bit more money each month, they're probably going to go to that builder. So they get that. But the challenge with educating the buyers is having a sales staff that understands the product that we have. And if we can do the proper training to the sales agents and get them to understand all of the features that we put into the homes, then that gets translated to different benefits to the buyer. And in that regard, the buyers do understand. But again, it's a relationship between the agent, sales agent, and that buyer that comes in the door. That's kind of the key right there, asking the right questions to the potential buyer. The experts say they should be able to ask about maybe 5 to 8 questions, maybe 10 questions, and take maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But first of all, you would want to ask the buyer permission. Is it okay if I ask you for questions? And that's where you start in and start finding out what are their needs. If you ask the right prying questions to get at what their needs are, then you can find out if we have some of the solutions that we can pass on to them to fulfill their needs. Starting off with the shell of the house is one of probably the biggest impact you can make as a builder. Doing the right shell, because that's something that you've got to get right from the beginning. If you don't get the shell of the house right, or the envelope, then you're going to have a challenge trying to get the house to be energy efficient in the long run. You can be putting in a lot of extra products, if you will, to try to make up for the lack of a proper shell. And by the shell, I'm talking about your walls, the type of insulation you put in the walls, the air sealing details that you do on those walls, the windows that you put in, the U values on the windows, the insulation you put in the attic and in your crawl space and your floor system. All of those are that component. Those are the things that are very hard to change after the fact once the house is built. So looking at new product development, that's one of the roles that I am responsible for. We'll take a look at, first of all, is it a proven product? Is it something that's out in the marketplace already, or will we be the first ones to actually try it? And so once we establish that it's a product that is a viable product that could help us out, that's been proven elsewhere, then we'll take a look at the costs involved in it. And is it something that if we were to test it out and it works good in our homes, can we put it into the homes in a production level and make it cost effective? It's a careful balancing act, really, getting a house to a threshold of where the Energy Star program wants you to be, which is 3 air changes per hour, and then getting down to the passive house level of a 0.6 or even under 1. And the challenge comes in is, are you providing the proper ventilation in the house? If you don't have the right ventilation, that's when you can run into some real challenges with having a house that's too tight. So we've tried with our own in-house employees, our supervisors and our assistant supers in the field, doing different strategies in tandem with our installation contractor who does the primary air sealing. We've adopted doing some additional measures ourselves in-house to try to get the houses really airtight. And we found that we were struggling in some areas, and we were trying to be at under 3 air changes per hour on every house. And for the most part, we're hitting that goal, and we're down around 2.5 in a lot of homes. And then some of the homes were struggling, so we started looking around. There's got to be some other product out there that can help us get over that hurdle of getting down to the right air changes per hour. Nevertheless, we started off at 2.5 air changes per hour when we first set up, and after about it was about an hour and a half of the spray, the mist going through the air, sealing up all the cracks and crevices, we ended up with somewhere around a 0.7 air changes to 0.6 air changes per hour.